Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, after yesterday's video that I did outside, bit of a funny old video that, but just something to keep me occupied and perhaps give a bit of information out. I noticed that my 7200 was a bit loose on the front collar and on the rear collar, and I thought, I know what it is. Obviously you've got to tighten the screws up, but just thought I'd show you what I did yesterday and how I tightened it up. Obviously my kit's getting quite old now, can't afford new stuff every season or whatever, so I've really got to look after the kit. Carry a lot of tools in my little bag, and in amongst them I've got a mini Phillips, ideal for most work on most of the kit. Obviously if it's still in warranty you wouldn't touch it, but this is all out of warranty now. It's all getting a bit tired, but I'll make do for now. So I tightened up the screws, and I'll just show you how I did that now for the front collar. So on the back collar, it's quite easy, just tighten these screws up here, making sure that they're tight. Put a good bit of pressure on before you try and tighten, otherwise you might just risk rounding off the Phillips. So I just went round, give them a good tighten, press down really hard first. I've got one missing there, look, so I've got one on order. That's probably why it keeps coming loose, but so they're all nice and tight. Now for this front piece, you've just got to nick away at the rubber, and then I've got to finish off what I was doing. So just peel the rubber back, and then just turn it round until you see this hole here. Let's get that rubber right off, and that'll turn around easy, and then just chase it round the lens. So there's one. So this has got like a sellotape piece on it. I just punctured that, and then just a bit of pressure and just tightened, and then just keep following around the lens until you come to the next one, and then just check it's tight. And then I think that's 2, 3. So I just tightened all them up. I won't do them again because 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6. So tightened all them up, and then obviously that's the only window you've got to chase around to tighten them up. And then what I'm going to do now, that I forgot to do yesterday, is just put a little bit of sellotape on. So I'm just going to tape over that again, just to cover that, stop any dust getting in, and then just peel the rubber back. Press that down, and they're all nice and tight now, so that's all nice and tight. I say I've got a screw on order for that. Poor maintenance on my part, but that's nice and tight now. And then also, just while I'm at it, just going to check that the collar's tight. So again, a bit of pressure, press down a bit, just check that these are nice and tight. It really does affect your focusing, obviously. I've got a problem with my 400, I'm going to show you a little tip in a minute. So they're all nice and tight, that's that one done. Right, on to the 400. So I think I mentioned it on the what's in my bag video. This collar keeps coming loose. Now unfortunately I had a bit of an accident at Bournemouth during warm-up. I'd been on the 400, switched onto the 70-200, put this to my side but left it up like this, bad mistake. As I was shooting that way, a ball came from that way, from the right, knocked this flying over. Managed to just catch it, but it did take a bit of impact, and obviously the body took most of it. But since then this has been it keeps coming loose, and you soon know when it comes loose because you lose all your depth of field. All you've got is the centre point of the frame sharp, rest of it's all soft. And after 2 or 3 minutes of the first half I thought, oh, I know what's happened here. So a good tip, thanks to Sean Ryan if you're watching, is nail varnish. Just undo the screws, dab of nail varnish, and it does lock them down, but you can still crack them off if you need to ever go in there again. So I'm just going to pop a bit of nail varnish on here now. So we'll just undo all 4 screws, see how loose that was since I've used it last time, and then just a little dab, and then place it back in. put a little bit of pressure on when you're tightening up, just so that you don't round the tops off. And that's it, that should last a while, all being well. Bit of pressure, nice and tight. That's now nice and tight. So yeah, thanks to Sean Ryan for the tip on the old nail varnish. Does do the trick, so job's a good one. Not my nail varnish, by the way. Right, a few other things to check just while I've got this little screwdriver out. Obviously, because this body went over with that, I just check these now and again, just to make sure they're all tight, so you don't have to go overboard. Yeah, they're fine. It's just a good idea to keep them in check. Just check this one as well. So I'm just checking them screws there. Yeah, they're all alright. Cap back on. Now with this 400, over time these collars, they give a bit and it's really stiff. So I'm just going to take this top collar off, whip this off, give it a clean up and pop a bit of oil in there. So I'll do that now. So using the same screwdriver again, just going to take the filter out, pop that down there. Then you've got 6 screws just to undo. Again, a bit of pressure just as you initially press down a bit, and then it should turn, just so that you don't round the tops off. Right, so I'm just going to take this top collar off. Now I've got all 6 of them screws off, that comes off fairly easy. Now on this collar, it's got a little ball bearing right on the foot, and it's that ball bearing that you can hear clicking. So what you've got to be careful of is when you're pulling this off, the ball bearing doesn't fall out because it's only small. So I'm just going to put my finger under here and just prise away, just ease it up, ease it up. And the ball bearing stayed put, and as you can see, it's still in there, look. There's the ball bearing, so I'm just going to roll that out, pop that on the desk. Just going to give all this a good wipe now. As you can see, plenty of wear and tear in there. So give that a wipe, pop that down. Just going to wipe all around here. The loads came off that. Just one more wipe round, and then I've been putting on some of my lubricant from the cycle shed, but I think really it's better to put PTFE oil on here, which I've ordered but it's not come yet, so I thought I'd do the video anyway. So I'm just going to dab a bit on my finger and then just spread it round a bit. Just one more bit, that'll do. Alright, get that ball bearing, put a bit of oil on it, and then it will stick in its seat. There we are, it's back in there. See it there. Right, now I'm just going to place it, just put my finger there. There's a bit of oil on it anyway, so it's going to stay on there, and then just slide it back down. That feels okay. Right, so that's the collar back on. Just going to keep an eye out on where each thread is. Pop that on there. These screws are quite good because they do actually sit on the Phillips. And then just give it a bit of a turn. There we go. So that feels loads better now. A lot looser. That'll last a while. I say I'll probably do that 3 times a season probably. Just give it a clean up and a freshen up. So that's that. What I didn't mention the other day was this neoprene. That it just protects the lens from bumps and scratches. Obviously this lens has got a lot of bumps and scratches on it anyway, but still doesn't harm. I still use it just to protect the paint a bit. These do get battered, these lenses. So yeah, I'll see if I can find where I got this from, because on the other side it's obviously for wildlife shooting. If ever I go out, just turn it round. Not that it makes much difference, but so that's double-sided. So I'll put the link in the description below from where I got that from. I hope that's given you a bit of an insight into how I do the 400 collar anyway. Sometimes it can be a bit scary undoing things and whatever, but as long as you take your time and remember where everything went, it's okay. So thanks for watching, guys. It'd be great if you could give it a thumbs up. Awesome if you could hit that subscribe button. Hope you're all staying safe. Catch up soon.